So, hello everyone, welcome to C4S classes. So, today we are going to discuss the contents in the RBI Bulletin of December 2024. Okay, so for your benefit, what we have done is we have highlighted all the important things that are there in this bulletin, and along with that, we have also given the bookmarks to readily access those things that are required for your understanding, for your better understanding of RBI. Okay. So without delaying any further, let's start with the bulletin. So the first bookmark is regarding the governance statement. So this is important because this governance statement is after the MPC of December, right? So in this article, I have highlighted all the important points that you need to read to get an understanding and idea of what the Indian economy is currently or how the Indian economy is currently performing, right? So here you can see they have given the considerations what were done in MPC, right? That 6.5% is the rate of policy rate, then neutral stance, all right? Then here they have discussed inflation also and reasons for inflation, right? Then domestic growth is also discussed in this speech, okay? And all the other things related to Indian economy has been covered in this governance statement. So I recommend you to just read these highlighted portions. That will be enough to get a better understanding on the topic. Now, next that you need to read is the monetary policy statements. Okay, so this is the most recent monetary policy statement. So here they have given the reasoning why they have kept the rate policy rate at 6.5% with neutral stance. Okay, so here they have provided certain reasoning. So you can read here the details regarding that. What is the outlook, growth and inflation outlook. So as we know, RBI is supposed to balance growth and inflation. Okay. So based on this balance, they have to recommend, the MPC has to recommend a policy rate. Okay. So here in this policy statement, they give the reasoning why they have taken such stand. Okay. So you can read the statements. These graphs are not that important. You just need to read the highlighted portion. You will get an idea. Okay. Now, moving further, next topic is, so this is the statement on development and regulatory policies. So these are the recent development changes that have been done in this December bulletin. So either you can read all these things, but I would suggest that you read just this governor's statement. There they have covered this also. So in governor's statement, when you go to the last page here, so there here they have written under additional measures what RBI has done. So here you will find all those measures that are that are here. Here all these things have been discussed. So one of the few important things that you need to remember is collateral free agriculture loan has been increased from 1.6 to 2 lakhs. Okay, so this one is important. Next is credit line on UPI has now been made available through uh, small finance banks also, right? Another thing is a committee of experts have been formed for AI. Okay, and the name is Framework for Responsible and Ethical Enablement of AI. Next is RBI has launched a MuleHunter.ai. So it is a solution towards problem of mule bank accounts. All right. So these are the things that you need to remember from the December. Now let's come to the speeches that have been given by the RBI governors as well as deputy governors. Okay, so these speeches are important because it will give you an idea of what the current economic performance of the country is, right? So this is the speech by the uh, former governor, that is the Shri Shaktikant Das, balancing inflation and growth. Okay, so I think this is the most important speech. So here this speech has explained how RBI is maintaining a balance between these two, that is the inflation and the growth, right? So again, here inflation targeting framework has been discussed, okay? And how if it fails, then what is the remedy behind that, okay? Then what are the structural reforms that RBI has done? What are the other complementary policies, inflation, right? So we have highlighted the portions that you need to read for this from this speech, and you can make short notes of that, and that will be useful when you will be giving your final exam, okay, for quick revision. Now, coming to the next speech is regarding the strengthening the IBC framework for effective resolution. So why IBC framework is becomes important, because here insolvency resolution is necessary for reducing the NPAs of the bank. So here in this speech, the deputy governor has focused on improving the IBC framework for the country, which will ultimately helps the banks in maintaining low NPAs and giving or extending further credit. Okay, so some background for IBC is given. Then the present case of NPA, that is it is currently the lowest at 2.8% in March 2024. All right. Then certain statistics is also given. Then the governor has given has given certain suggestions to improve this system. Okay, improve the IBC. So first, he has highlighted certain problems like delay in initiation of insolvency, then efficacy of out of court workouts, right? So these have been discussed topic wise, and then certain solutions have also been given in this speech. Okay, so here the way forward is given: leveraging data, then leveraging data and technology, right? So how it can help us. So this was the speech regarding that. Okay. Now, next speech that we need to read is regarding the mitigating climate change risk and fostering a robust ecosystem. I think this is also an important speech, as climate change has been a very important and significant topic nowadays. So you can always make short notes from this speech and you can replicate them in your answers. And from this speech, you can utilize the data points that they have provided. So here, if you see, certain data points have been given that it is estimated that by the year 2100, climate change could lead to an annual GDP loss of 3% to 10%. And here reference is also given from where this data is there. So it is from the currency and finance report also. Okay. Next data point, other data points you can also find. Okay. Then here they have also talked about two types of risk emanating from climate change. So this also becomes important, right? So what kind of risk they are talking about? That is, the one is physical, then another one is transition risk. Okay. So these things have been discussed in detail in this speech. And again, we have highlighted the important things that you need to, remember from this speech. All right. Now, so here they have also flagged the issues and challenges with sustainable finance. All right. And here the certain data is also given that it is estimated that funding requirement to achieve the targets that are set by the India's NDC, okay, nationally determined contributions, is around 160 billion per year. So this data point is also important, which you can utilize in your answer. Okay. So this is the speech. Now moving on to the next one, that is the speech regarding the RBI navigating 90 years of legacy. So this speech is regarding the performance of RBI in the last 90 years. Okay. So in this speech, you will get an idea of how RBI has emerged as the regulating body for banks and how it has, increased its functions, how RBI is working as a full service bank. Okay. So you just read the highlighted portions and you will get an idea of working of the RBI. Okay, and how its policy making has impacted our economic growth of the country. All right. And here in this speech itself, deputy governor has flagged certain emerging risks. So here specifically, he is talking about three risks that have become very prominent in the financial industry. First is the risk from extreme climate change events and climate change. Okay, so you can just write it exactly like that in your answers also. So first is the risk from extreme climate change and climate events and climate change. Second risk the deputy governor flagged is regarding the risks from emerging technologies. Okay. Then the third risk was resilience in non-banking sector. So here they are talking about the interconnectedness that is there, in the financial institutions. So this interconnectedness between the financial institutions can become a emerging risk in the future. Okay. So these three risks were the important thing that was discussed in this speech. Now, moving further. Okay. So this speech is regarding the MSME, okay, bridging the credit gap. So as we know in news also, the finance minister was talking about reducing the policy rate so that our MSMEs can get more credit. Okay. So this was in news in October and November. It was a hot topic, right? That's why the finance ministry was, instigating that the RBI should cut policy rates in December. Reason being, we need MSME funding or MSME, we need to increase the MSME credit, right? So here in this speech, MSME performance and what is the problems or challenges faced by MSMEs have been discussed, and what should MSMEs do? They, it has also been discussed here. Okay, so it has been highlighted. You can read and make your own short notes from this speech also. All right. Now, moving on to the next one, that is the state of economy. So every bulletin, this is the common common theme where state of the economy is discussed in in this topic. So here it is quite data analytical in nature. So what you can do is you can just read because it will give you a global as well as local perspective. Okay. So I have not highlighted any portion here because this speech is more of an analytical nature, and all the Indian economy related data has been discussed in the governor's statement as well as the MPC statement. So you can read this topic or this speech or this article to get a better understanding of how global economy and local economies are linked together, and what are the factors that are controlling the economic growth of a country. Okay, so it will give you that idea. So next and the last topic that you can read is the government finances. Again, this is a highly data oriented article, and it is for your understanding what how government finances are how government finances are there are operating, right? So it is just a data oriented view, so I have not highlighted it. You can just read through it out of your own interest, right? So what I suggest is you just need to focus on these governor's statement, monetary policy statement, and certain speeches that have been highlighted. That will be all, and the state of economy and government finances articles can be read for your better understanding. So that's all for today's session. Thank you and have a nice day.